Qualifying is over. It's time to go racing at the Brickyard. Up front, we'll see David Garman and Greg McDaniel. Mark Nelson and Kyle Holden have the second row. Eric Stoy, Mark Dantuma have the third. AJ Gonzi and Jeff Hinkle have the fourth row. Austin Habel and Harley Barletta round out the top 10. Aaron Mason in 11th. William Mann Sr. starting in 12th. A lot better than what he thought he was in practice. 13th is Matt Johnston. Brandon Springer in 14th. Jared Heasley in 15th. That mystery man, JR, starting in 16th. And he's Canadian? Could it be the return of him? Rick Surgeon at 17th. Jacob Springer 18th. DJ the Iceman Kenner 19th. Kevin Reed in 20th. Gerald Thanos Poole 21st. Topher is in race control. Brian Oshinska rounding out the field. All the drivers sitting on the front straightaway, lined up at the Yard of Bricks, getting ready for the start of the race. Hey, Garby, good luck. And I was looking for Topher to hop into the race control booth so we could get a word with him. Have not seen Topher out there yet, but we're going to be keeping a close eye on that orange and white number 87. Waiting on the last few drivers to take the grid here. And they begin to roll off for the pace lap. Huge shout out, as always, to Track Cams for Gourmets for the awesome views you guys will get to enjoy here tonight. Do have a mystery driver back in the field. Out of the short chute between 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, everybody getting lined up. Everybody stacked back up. A few drivers warming the tires just a little bit as we get ready for the green. Pace car will drop off out of turn number 4, and then they will go racing. 70 laps around possibly the most famous 2.5 mile track in the world. Waiting, Barney waves the green. They are underway at Indy. Garmin gets a massive jump on the start. Mark Nelson, Greg McDaniel go into one side by side. Oh, we've got 2 cars around. Caution. And it looks like one of them might have been a very special paint scheme driven by... Nope. Was that... That is Mark Dantuma goes around. Just gets loose through turn 1. Gotta get the tire temperatures up. If you don't, that outside line can get sketchy, especially through turn 1. Garmin still way out front. Looking for the pace car. Biggest changes so far, William Mann Sr. comes through 3 spots. He is now up from 12th to 9th. Gerald Thanos Poole picks up 3 spots. He goes from 21st to 18th. And of course, Mark Dantuma drops back a whole lot. And it looks like Topher is finally available. Let's see. Hey, Topher, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Dougie. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, it's going really good, but there's a mystery afoot here.
Oh.
There is an orange and white number 87, and the only naming is JR, and it's a Canadian. Is that who I think that is?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I guess we'll find out on a restart.
Yeah, you might find out on a restart. You might find out when things start getting a little dicey. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So this could be the return of the Mad Canadian.
It could be, but again, no confirmation, no denial. He's a friend.
He is. It is great to see him back out on track now after a lap 1 incident. How are you feeling? Your job's going to go tonight.
Better than last night. I was race control for the trucks last night at Nashville, or excuse me, at IRP, and out of 120 laps, we did 50 under caution. So I'm hoping we don't have that tonight.
It looks like Garmin's getting impatient. He's actually trying to race the pace car.
Well, it looks like he's losing.
Yeah, it does. All right. Any thoughts on who you think will come out on top of this one?
I'm fully expecting that the mystery racer, we'll call him the Stig for tonight. I have a feeling that the Stig is probably going to be up there.
So he will henceforth be, or for tonight anyway, the Canadian Stig. That's what we're going to call him. All right. We have a Canadian Stig in the field. All right. Good luck in race control, buddy.
Thanks, man. Have fun tonight.
Oh, Angie, don't go anywhere. Keep watching. Let's take a quick look while we're under caution laps. And let's see if we can find a very special paint scheme there by Jared Heasley. Look closely at the side. Couldn't get a very good view of that, but if you can't read it very well, and I'll have to get some pictures of it later. See if we can get a better, closer angle as they come through here. The side of that number 32 car just happens to have some birthday wishes on it for you.
Hey, Dougie.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I just realized, it occurred to me that I believe today is someone's birthday, if I remember correctly.
It is, as a matter of fact.
Well, I would like to wish her a very happy birthday.
Go for it.
Happy birthday!
All right, good luck tonight,
that was it.
buddy.
That was it. Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. And if you notice the back of Harley Barletta's car, you notice a big hashtag DIFA or Do It For Angie on the back. And wait, there's more. Where is Kevin Reed in the Finelli Ironworks car? Look right by the wheels. Yep, he came by fast. He's going to read the hashtag DIFA as well. I'm sure we'll find more in the field before the night is out. As everybody stacks back up for the restart out of turn 2, it is still Garmin and Mark Nelson on the front row. Huge shout out to all the drivers for both indulging me tonight and for put the special paint jobs, all the birthday wishes. Thank you, guys. And the one question I have, all of a sudden I see Nicole dropping in the comment section. Why isn't the First Lady of BRR on the track right now? And more importantly, who is that mystery man in the 87 car? The Canadian Stig. Hmm. Out of turn 4 they come. Pace car is in. Here they come. Back down the front straightaway. Garmin controls the restart. Green flag is back in the air. Mark stays with him on the start, at least for a moment. Garmin gets the faster shift off into turn 1. All the drivers should have a little bit of heat in their tires now. Just from pace laps, everybody so far so good. Through turn 1, out turn 2, out of the short chute, it is still Garmin in the lead. But here comes AJ Godsey. Harley Barletta also starting to make some moves. Awesome paint scheme by Harley Barletta and the Hot Copy team. William Mann Sr. still up 3 spots into 11th. And it looks like Brandon Springer's starting to make his way forward. He's racing, looks like that 87 car though. That mystery driver. Oh! We've got a car wide in turn 1. It is the Canadian Stig. But he holds on to it, continues his march forward. Not often that something catches me by surprise and is a mystery for me, but this one definitely is. Garmin still up at the front. Mark Nelson in second. Kyle Holden currently making his way up into third, putting Greg McDaniel back to fourth. Eric Stoy in fifth. Jeff Hinkle currently sixth. AJ Godsey back into seventh after making his way up a couple spots. Harley Barletta to eighth. William Mann Sr. currently in ninth. Austin Habel in 10th. Aaron Mason currently 11th. Matt Johnston in 12th. Canadian Stig is 13th, up 3 spots already. Jared Heasley up into 14th now. DJ the Iceman Kenner up to 15th now. Topher is very confused in race control. Gerald Poole up 5 spots into 16th. Brandon Springer has drifted back to 17th as Gerald goes by DJ Kenner. Kevin Reed currently in 19th. Mark Dantuma trying to recover from that lap 1 turn 1 incident. Currently in 20th. Brian Oshinska 21st. 22nd is Rick Surgeon. Field starting to settle into a little bit of a rhythm here. I hope you feel better, Nicole. We all miss you. Kyle Holden, after his win last week, definitely still riding that high as he tries, he's made his way up into third, now trying to get by, but here comes Eric Stoy. Eric up to fourth, trying to take third. Greg McDaniel holding on to fifth. The top 5 single file. Jeff Hinkle bridging the gap in sixth place, and AJ in seventh as Harley still with him. William Mann Sr. back in ninth. And it looks like Aaron Mason's got a hot one tonight. He is making, trying to break into the top 10, get the nose under Austin Abel. Can't quite get there yet. Matt Johnston in 12th. Jared Heasley currently in 13th. Gerald Poole up 7 spots now to a 14th place and closing in on Heasley. DJ the Iceman Kenner up 4 spots. Oh, DJ a little loose there. He's up 4 spots into 15th. Take a quick look at the track temperature. Track currently 85 degrees. It will get warmer. 69-degree air temperature. And as it gets hotter, these cars will get slippery. Nathan Voss, educated. I think what's happening is Garmin is trying to find his way to a dirt track here. I think that's what's happening. Mark Nelson currently in second place. Garmin gets a little loose off one. Of course, that dirt track experience, Garmin probably barely noticed the back end sliding out on him. Kyle Holden back in third, Eric Stoy in fourth, and Greg McDaniel in fifth. That gap between Greg McDaniel and Jeff Hinkle is starting to shrink a little bit as Hinkle closes back into the top 5. AJ Gonsi also starting to close in just a little bit. William Mann Sr. under attack now. He has drifted back into 10th as Austin Abel has made his way up to 9th. And Aaron... Oh, little side by side. Looks like the battle right now is from about 10th on back. They settle in for a moment. Gerald Poole now up 8 spots into third. Holy cow. Seeing a lot of drivers, really the tire wear is got to be playing already. Playing a big factor here as we ride along with Thanos. Out of the throttle a lot through turn 1. Down through turn 2, still closing in on Heasley, but you see every time they come off of turn 2 and turn 4, the back ends of almost every driver are kicking out. Brandon Springer all over the back bumper of DJ the Iceman Kenner. Mark Dantuma, worth noting, drifted back to 21st after that lap 1 incident. Has started fighting his way back. He's up to 18th now as the next 2 cars right in his side. And look at that. He swung massively wide coming out of 4. Gets the run down the front straightaway. Sets the nose into turn 1. And he has got it. That mystery driver has drifted back just a little bit to 19th. We'll see if he can make a comeback later in the run. Kevin Reed currently running in 16th, but he's at least got the right logo on the car tonight. And having raced Kevin here, look for him to pick up a lot of spots before this one is over. Oh, Matt Johnston really had some problems coming off 4. See if we can get an angle where we can start looking at some of these cars as they come by. I imagine we're going to see some right sides a little torn up. A little scrape on Matt Johnston's. Garmin coming out of turn 4. And watch this from the finish line cam. +170 miles an hour when they cross the start finish line. $180 at times down into turn 1. AJ Gotze has caught Jeff Hinkle. He's now looking down to the inside. Jeff moves over, not going to battle it right now. AJ gets by quick and easy. Meanwhile, Garmin up front. Kyle Holden now up in second. Eric Stoy up to third. Kyle Holden trying to run down that 0.8 of a second gap on Garmy. Down the back straightaway, Garmin maintaining about 3/4 of a second over Kyle. Eric Stoy now up to third. Mark Nelson fourth. Greg McDaniel currently running in fifth. AJ Gotze now up into sixth. Jeff Hinkle back to seventh. Harley Barletta currently running in eighth. Austin Habel currently ninth. And Jared Heasley in 10th. Although it looks like Heasley is about to have his hands full. Aaron Mason all over the back bumper. Gerald Thanos Poole has came from 21st up to 12th. He is all over the back bumper of both of these drivers. Gerald has a couple of Saturday night truck wins with this group, but has not been able to get to the to victory lane yet in the Xfinity or the Cup cars. Could tonight be his night? Kevin Reed up 7 spots now into 13th. He has been picking up some spots. And look who has made his way back up to 14th. Mark Dantuma. Definitely on a mission to get back to the front of this one. Pit stops will play a factor here tonight as well. Does look like after that turn 1 incident, I do believe Mark Dantuma actually changed tires when he went down to get the car fixed. Might see Dantuma off cycle with the rest of the drivers. Garmin still out front, still 3/4 of a second over Kyle Holden. Eric Stoy in third, Mark Nelson fourth, Greg McDaniel in fifth. 20 laps in, a few under caution so far, but as this field spreads out, we're less likely to have cautions and more likely that pit strategy will come into play. AJ Gotze is now caught up to Greg McDaniel's back bumper. Mark Nelson, Eric Stoy going at it for 4th place right in front of him. Hey, good evening, Bryce. Indeed, buddy. DIFA, indeed. Garmin's lead has suddenly started to shrink just a little bit. Last time by, he was 3/4 of a second ahead of Kyle Holden. Kyle has closed that down to about a half a second. And gaining. Could see a battle for the lead any lap. Once these two start going at it, that will allow Mark Nelson and everybody back behind to close back in just a little bit. Kyle really sending it. We've seen him slide that car around a few times tonight as he pushes it to get to Garmin's back bumper. Mark Nelson currently in third, Eric Stoy in fourth, Greg McDaniel in fifth. AJ Godsey is sixth, Jeff Hinkle in seventh, Harley Barletta making the move. Harley down to the bottom under Hinkle. Hinkle this season has been focused less on saving tires, more on aggression that has kept him in the fight early on, but looks like tonight he might be struggling with the tires going away. Hey, good evening, Tony. How's it going, buddy? AJ Godsey finally gets the nose under Greg McDaniel. Greg is not going to fight him. Off into turn 3. AJ now into the top 5. Now sets his sights on his teammate, Eric Stoy. Eric and Mark Nelson had been battling it out a few moments ago. Looks like Mark came out on the winning end of that. Garmin is on pit road. Eric Stoy is on pit road. Jeff Hinkle is on pit road. Austin Habel is coming down. Oh, we've got brakes locking up. Austin Habel. The Iceman, DJ Kenner, Aaron Mason, Brandon Springer, all on pit road. Kyle Holden takes the lead for the first time tonight. Mark Nelson second. AJ Godsey staying out to take third. Greg McDaniel in fourth. Harley Barletta now up to fifth. Do not expect any of these drivers to try pit strategy and drag it out as long as they possibly can. They are going to lose a ton of time to the guys on fresh tires. Kyle Holden already last time by over 2 seconds slower than his fastest lap. Here he comes. AJ is staying out. Everybody else behind looks like they are peeling off. Here comes Jared Heasley. Mark Dantuma staying out. We would expect that. He did stop on lap 2. So AJ Godsey goes to the lead for the first time. Drivers coming off pit road onto the back straightaway. And apparently Canadian Stig had to retire. He is out of the race. How many more laps does AJ push it here? Does he come down this time? He does. That'll hand the lead over to Mark Dantuma in just a moment. No, Mark, oh! Don't go to pit road, Mark. Brandon Springer in the wall. Caution is out. Mark Dantuma might have just snookered everybody. Here comes Brandon Springer. Oh, too much of the apron through 4. Hits the inside wall at full speed. Slides all the way to the outside. Wisely holds the brakes, but the caution does come out. And Mark Dantuma might have just despite the incident on lap 1, might have just outsmarted everybody. We'll see if Mark Dantuma goes to pit road this time. It looked like that's where he was headed before the caution came out. Managed to get it back up the track, so we'll see if he goes in. If he does, once his pit stop is complete, we're going to talk to him. Rick Sargent, the other driver who has not been on pit road yet, now in second place. Here comes Mark Dantuma. I'd expect Rick Sargent to come down. Brandon Springer is blowing up. Will he be able to make it back to pit road? It looks like he will. Mark Dantuma, Rick Sargent, Brian Oshinska, all three on pit road. Garmin looks like he will reclaim the lead with AJ Godsey in second. Kyle Holden will be third. Mark Dantuma now on his way off pit road. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Mark, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, buddy. What's up?
Hey, lap 1 did not go your way, but it looks like everything since pretty much has the cards have fallen in your favor.
Yeah, that's what I get for driving a Ford, though.
Exactly. I wasn't going to say it, but at least not while I was talking to you, I should say.
Well, I deserved it after that disaster in turn 1.
Well, it has been an up and down night, but late in that run, you were really charging through the field, and now you'll get an opportunity. Looks like starting in the top 10, restarting in the top 10 on the freshest tires out there. Can you get all the way to the front?
Passing is real hard, and the farther forward you go, the more difficult it gets.
Well, you definitely have a bit of an advantage here. Will this strategy benefit you now that you're off cycle with the rest of the field?
I'm certainly hoping so, but I guess time will tell.
All right. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Mark Dantuma definitely has had the most up and down race of the night. Brandon Springer is still on pit road. Looks like he did not get a fast repair on this one. We'll have to find out what happened there. Several drivers getting waved around back to the lead lap. Garmin has the lead here with Kyle Holden beside him. No, I'm sorry. It'll be Garmin and AJ on the front row. Kyle Holden, Mark Nelson will have the second row. Eric Stoy, Greg McDaniel in the third. Harley Barletta and Jeff Hinkle have the fourth. Jared Heasley and Mark Dantuma rounding out the top 10. You know, Mark Dantuma started in 6th place, went all the way back to 21st, now in 10th. He said it was hard to pass here, but I'm thinking he's going to have it a little bit easier. He has 2 to 3 lap fresher tires and no green flag laps on them versus some of these drivers having a few green flag laps on those tires. We'll see if he can make his way forward. Garmin and AJ will lead them down. Pace car will drop off out of turn 4. Garmin will control the restart. Pace car is in. Garmin in control. Green is in the air. Garmin jumps out to the lead quickly. Kyle still right there with him. AJ now up to third. Eric Stoy in fourth. A lot of battling going on as Harley Barletta picks up a couple of spots through the short chute. He is now up to sixth. Jared Heasley has picked up 6 spots from his start. He is currently in ninth. It is obviously that awesome Happy Birthday Angie paint scheme helping Jared make his way to the front. Also, look forward to seeing Jared Heasley in the near future running the Indy 500. Sounds like he's going to be running it multiple times. We'll be sure to share those streams with you. He did say if he wins one, because he's had a few close calls with victory lane in the Indy 500 the last 2 years, he will have some milk candy to chug after the win. Mark Dantuma dropping low behind Jared. Meanwhile, Garmy up front has his hands full with Kyle Holden and AJ Gotts. He has to be worrying both of the top 2 right now. Eric Stoy back in third, Mark Nelson at fourth. And you know what? While they're all together, turn up the volume. I'm going to shut up and we're going to crank it up. Several battles starting to form on track. Kyle Holden right on Garmin's back bumper. AJ has a little breathing room. Eric Stoy and Mark Nelson also a little breathing room. But Harley Barletta now has Greg McDaniel on the back bumper. And then this line from 8th on back. Jeff Hinkle, Jared Heasley, Mark Dantuma, Austin Hable, Gerald Poole, Aaron Mason, Kevin Reed, and DJ Kenner all right there together, all battling for position. Eighth on back is just a dogfight right now. And look at this, Kevin Reed down to the inside as they go off into 3. Doesn't get the nose in. Now he does. Aaron Mason to the high side. He's going to, oh, it got a little sketchy there for a second, but Aaron holds on to it. Kevin Reed now up 7 spots into 13th. Gerald Poole up 9 spots into 12th. Jared Heasley up 6 spots into 9th. Those are your 3 biggest movers right now. And Brian Oshinska up 7 spots into 16th as well. What is Brian's paint here tonight? Oh, it's a different flavor of Mike and Ike, it looks like. Hey, Jason Rome cheering on Topher Baltimore. Weird that suddenly Jason Rome is cheering on Topher when the Canadian Stig has just retired from this race a few moments ago. There's just a weird mystery, Jason. I don't know if you heard, but we were not quite sure who was driving the orange and white 87 car. AJ Gonzi in third, Eric Stoy in fourth. The battle's still on between the top two. Garmin has not been able to pull away. Kyle Holden has not been able to find a way by as we reach the halfway point. AJ able to stay within striking distance. Apparently so. Their initials were JR, Jason. I just don't know. Mark Nelson currently in fifth. Harley Barletta has picked up 4 spots, up to 6 now. Harley came into the race tonight second in points, 7 points behind Kyle Holden. But as they run right now, Kyle Holden would expand that gap. Mark Dantuma came in tonight third in points, currently running back in 10th. AJ Godsey came into tonight fourth in points. He currently runs in third. Jeff Hinkle was 5th in points, currently running in 8th place. Garmin just maintains that quarter of a second lead. The lap times between David Garmin and Kyle Holden are identical down to 100th of a second. AJ Gonzi in third has picked the pace up just a little bit and is starting to close back in on the top two. Eric Stoy in fourth, Mark Nelson in fifth, just trying to hold on. Harley Barletta in 6th place, trying to close back in. Starting to see some tire wear cause a problem, and I'm really surprised we have not seen Mark Dantuma come charging through the field on those fresher tires. However, another driver that pitted on the same lap as Mark Dantuma was DJ Kenner, who is now up to 15th. Brian Oshinska now up into 16th. DJ up 4 spots, Brian up 7. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Garmin's lead really just maintaining it a quarter of a second. Doesn't look like Kyle is pushing it terribly hard. AJ Gonzi in third, closing that gap. It's this battle from 8th on back that we're watching the closest, as Jeff Hinkle, Jared Heasley, Mark Dantuma, Austin Habel, Gerald Poole and Kevin Reed. Kevin really has started coming alive. Oh! Who was in the wall? Austin Habel was riding the wall there for a moment. Out of turn 4. Kevin Reed continues marching his way to the front after starting 20th up to 13th. Gerald Poole, who started in 21st up to 12th, but hasn't been able to pick up a lot of spots since then, although he has started closing in on Austin Habel. See if we can get a look at the right side of Austin's car just to see if he had any aero damage out of that. Doesn't look like he had any significant aero damage on the right side of that car, just a few scratches. Holy cow, Kyle Holden is slinging it off the turns now that AJ Gotze has caught up to him. Trying to find a way around Garmin. AJ Gotze in third, all over the back bumper. Kyle Holden finally gets the nose down to the inside. AJ drops to the bottom. He's going to help Kyle. Now he's going to the middle. He's going to help push both of them. Off into turn 1. Here they go. Garmin up top. Oh, Kyle drifts it through 1. Garmin gets a little bit of the wall. Off of turn 2, Garmin trying to cut back down. Almost cut down into AJ. AJ looking for some momentum. AJ Gotze has a run here. Garmin cuts the run off, goes down to the bottom. Kyle led a lap earlier during the exchange of green flag stops, but this will be the first full speed green flag lap he will lead. AJ back in third, Mark Nelson in fourth. Mark 2.5 seconds back. Harley Barletta in fifth. Greg McDaniel in sixth. Eric Stoy in seventh. Jeff Hinkle currently running in eighth. Jared Heasley in ninth. Now has Mark Dantuma. Those fresher tires, even though it's just a couple of laps, starting to show here. Can Mark set up the pass here? Backs off of Heasley just a little bit. Mark did say it was a struggle passing here. Austin Habel has drifted back into 11th. Kevin Reed starting to run him down. Kevin now up into 12th, has gotten past Thanos. And Gerald Poole and currently running in 13th. Meanwhile, Kyle Holden at the lead, and now has AJ battling for second with David Garman. AJ's got the nose in down the back straightaway. AJ is all over the bumper of Garmin. Oh, look at AJ! He just dirt tracked it big time. Massive drift out of turn 4. Still holds on to the back bumper. All the drivers now just about within their pit windows. And definitely starting to show as a lot of these guys are sliding all over. Mark Nelson currently in 4th, Harley Barletta in 5th. Mark Nelson has actually closed down a couple tenths of a second on the leaders as they battle. AJ shoots wide, Garmin to pit road. Mark Nelson skips it. Harley Barletta, Greg McDaniel, Eric Stoy. Will we see anybody else go to pit road here? Garmin open by short pitting. He can pick up a lot of positions, put himself back out front. Now the question is, when do Kyle Holden and AJ Godsey go to pit road? They do not come down this time. They continue turning laps. Mark Nelson is on pit road. Eric Stoy is coming to pit road. Jeff Hinkle's coming to pit road. Austin Habel is on pit road. Mark D'Antuma, we know, can go a few extra laps here, as can DJ Kenner, Brian Oshinska. As we saw during the first round of green flag stops, if a caution comes out and it's timed just right, it could benefit one person and definitely cause problems with another. AJ Godsey, Harley Barletta, Greg McDaniel now coming to pit road. Mark D'Antuma's down. Jared Heasley is down. Kevin Reed is down. Thanos is on pit road. DJ Kenner looks like he is staying out, as is Brian Oshinska. It looks like DJ actually has a little bit of damage on the nose of that car. Kyle Holden, who took the lead from Garmin just a few laps ago, is staying out thus far. Kyle up to the high side on Jeff Hinkle. Jeff has already been to pit road. Still coming up to speed, and now Hinkle's going to get back by. And yep, here comes the leader, Kyle Holden, to pit road. Will DJ or Brian stay out and lead a lap here? DJ is on pit road. Somebody's blowing up on Brian Oshinska. Going to come down, might lead a lap here. And was that Eric Stoy? See if we can find Eric Stoy's entry to pit road. I do believe that was Eric we saw blowing up on pit road. Eric Stoy out of turn 4. Oh, massive drift. He manages to keep it down. Gets the car turned and going again, but he is going to lose a ton of ground. And meanwhile, Brian Oshinska has the lead. Do believe this is the first laps Brian Oshinska has led this season. He'll go to pit lane. Hopefully he'll hit the pit box before Garmin catches back up. Or at least cross the start-finish line and get counted as having led a lap. Garmin's still 9 seconds behind, but it looks like Brian's pit stall is behind the start-finish line, so he does not get scored with leading a lap. And David Garmin has reassumed the lead. After the final stops, AJ Gotzi in second. Mark Nelson is third. Kyle Holden back into fourth. Harley Barletta has cracked into the top 5. Greg McDaniel in 6th. Mark Dantuma back up to 7th now. Jeff Hinkle in 8th. Austin Habel in 9th. Jared Heasley in 10th. Gerald Thanos Poole currently running in 11th. Aaron Mason in 12th. DJ Kenner in 13th. Kevin Reed currently 14th. Doesn't look like DJ got the car fixed on pit road last time. Brian Oshinska comes out in 15th. He'll also have the freshest tires on the track for the final run to the finish. Meanwhile, Eric Stoy, after that incident going to pit road, is now almost about to go a lap down with David Garmin, the leader, right behind him. Eric, who had been running in the top 5 all night, a disastrous incident off of turn number 4, just loses the back end as he turns down to pit road and ends up in the inside safer barrier. David Garmin's short pit so far has paid off. He's holding about a 1 second lead over AJ Gotzi. AJ has 2.3 seconds over Mark Nelson. Kyle Holden right there with Mark in 4th. Harley Barletta in 5th, 3.5 seconds back. Greg McDaniel not far behind Harley Barletta. Mark Dantuma currently running in 7th place. What a comeback this has been. Even if he can crack the top 5 here tonight, it would be an amazing comeback after the incident on lap 1. That's what happens when you drive a Ford, Mark. See, Garmin's leading in a Ford. You had the issue on lap 1. It's a 50-50 proposition when you drive a Ford. AJ Gotzi is starting to close in on Garmin. He has cut the lead down to 0.4 of a second, but as we saw with Kyle Holden, very difficult to pass. He can get to Garmin. The question is, can he get around him? AJ has 2-lap fresher tires. Will it be enough? Brian Oshinska continues marching his way forward, closing the gap down to DJ Kenner and Kevin Reed. And Kevin Reed starting to have some connection issues. Kevin up 7 spots here tonight. And suddenly Kevin Reed, I think Kevin Reed may have lost connection. Gourmet out front, but AJ all over the back bumper. And it does look like Kevin Reed is out. What a heartbreak for Kevin. After starting in 20th, he had picked up 7 spots, was up to 13th, having a great run here tonight. AJ Godsey just slides it all over the track, trying to find a way around Garmin. And looks like Kevin Reed did have a connection problem. It got dropped out. He is trying to get back in the race. He is not giving up yet. AJ almost slung it into the wall through the short chute. Kyle Holden now up to 3rd, 2.7 seconds back. Mark Nelson still right there with him. Harley Barletta not far behind in 5th. Greg McDaniel currently 6th. Mark Dantuma in 7th. Jeff Hinkle currently 8th. Jared Heasley 9th. Austin Habel in 10th. Gerald Thanos Poole now up into 11th, just trying to run down Austin Habel, crack the top 10 here. Aaron Mason currently 12th. DJ the Iceman Kenner in 13th. Still damage on the nose of that car. Looks like some damage on the back end of that car as well. Brian Oshinska now up into 14th. One of his best runs of the season, up 9 spots. Matt Johnston currently running 15th. Jacob Springer 16th. Rick Sargent currently 17th. Eric Stoy 18th. William Mann Sr. in 19th. Jason, he's that guy in that blue IROC car. He does seem a bit fast here tonight as he looks to the outside. Had a peek on the outside of Garmin, crosses back over down to the bottom. Can he get the nose in into 4? He has it in there. They're dead even as they come off of turn 4. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. The lap car, Eric Stoy just ahead. Eric is teammates with AJ Godsey. That could come into play if these two are still battling. When they catch him, oh, a little drift by AJ. Manages to hold it down for the moment. Garmin tries to keep him pinned down on the bottom line. Off of turn 2, down the back straightaway, side by side, and Kyle Holden is coming quickly. Kevin Reed is back out on track. Currently scored in 20th. Does appear he has a fresh set of tires, but currently several laps down. Still, you got to give the guy credit. He gets back out here, knows he can't win, but just looking to score some points here. Oh, AJ way out of shape through the short chute. Garmin just wasn't in position to capitalize on it. Kyle Holden back in third is still closing in on him. They're going to come around to get 9 laps to go. AJ appears to be just a little bit faster. But it does look like the handling on his car has started to go away a little bit early. Nine laps to go. Can AJ Gotze hold him off? It'll be his second win of the season. For a guy who is all about short track racing, he definitely knows how to get it done on these bigger tracks. AJ's lead now 0.6 of a second over Garmin. Kyle Holden is closing in. Mark Nelson back in fourth. Harley Barletta in fifth. Greg McDaniel looks like the last couple laps he has started closing the gap back in on Harley. Mark Dantuma back in seventh. Jeff Hinkle in eighth. Jared Heasley in ninth. Austin Habel in 10th. And would you look at Kevin Reed? Not in contention, but he is still sending it around the track. And obviously, fresher tires, he is fast. He actually just turned his, nope, that was not his fastest lap. He was the fastest on track last time by quite a bit, well over a second. And that is definitely going to help guys like Jared Heasley if they can hop in the draft, let Kevin pull them up just a little bit. This could play into a few of the battles here. 7 laps to go. Heasley cannot keep up with Kevin. Couldn't even draft him here. We'll see who the next driver is that Kevin Reed catches. Looks like it's going to be Jeff Hinkle in 8th place. Will Jeff have saved enough tires to take some of the draft from Kevin Reed and maybe pull up onto Mark Dantuma? AJ Gotze's lead now 1.1 second. Kyle Holden has come by. How did Holden get by Garmy? Down the back straightaway, just had the draft all the way down. Looks like Garmin's tires might have given up on him. Kyle Holden now up into second. Garmin now back to third. Mark Nelson in fourth is closing in on Garmin. Harley Barletta back in fifth. Greg McDaniel has caught him. Oh, Harley really squarely out of one. Greg McDaniel seems to have that car planted still. AJ A.J. Godsey continues to extend his lead, his teammate just ahead. Greg McDaniel dropping a little bit lower as he follows Harley around the track, trying to find an advantage here. Four laps to go. Could we see a couple of top 5 positions change hands? Kevin Reed has come by Jeff Hinkle. If nothing else, you know Kevin Reed is having a lot of fun out there, being on the freshest tires, driving by everybody so easily. Garmin in third, 1.5 seconds back is Mark Nelson. Does he have the time to catch up? Does Greg McDaniel have a way to get around Harley Barletta here? Gerald Poole has been closing in on Austin Habel, but still a 2-second gap. Austin Habel currently in 10th, Gerald in 11th. Aaron Mason currently running in 12th. DJ Kenner up to 13th. Brian Oshinska currently in 14th. AJ Godsey gets around his teammate Eric Stoy. AJ sliding through the turns. Eric had that disastrous pit stop. Eric trying to shake the draft of Kyle Holden behind him. Kyle currently in second, 2 laps to go for AJ Godsey. Garmin in third. Mark Nelson is continuing to close in on Garmin. Will he have enough time? Harley Barletta, Greg McDaniel continuing to go at it. Greg has not attacked in several laps. Could he be setting up the run here? AJ Godsey is going to come down. Barney the flagman waves the white flag at Indy. Garmin is on pit road. Garmin has crashed on pit road. Don't know what happened there. AJ Godsey out front. Kyle Holden in second. Mark Nelson now up to third. Harley Barletta in fourth. Greg McDaniel in fifth. And Garmin is out of the race as AJ Godsey comes through. Down through turn 4. Here comes AJ Godsey to get his second win of the season at Indy. AJ Godsey wins at the Brickyard. Kyle Holden comes home in second. Mark Nelson finishes third. Harley Barletta comes home fourth. Greg McDaniel in fifth. And let's see if we can get a word with our top 3, starting with third place, Mark Nelson. Hey, Mark, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug. Yeah, I do.
Hey, that last couple of laps, you were really starting to run down David Garmin, but he suddenly hits pit road, and you get to pull off the third regardless. Had the race played out, could you have beat him?
I don't know. We were both saving fuel there at the end, to be honest. I was backing out super early, and he pitted a lap earlier than I did, so he was just screwed, and I wasn't in much better shape there.
You still managed to save fuel, make it to the end, and another top 3 finish. You have to be happy with the way it turned out here today.
Yeah, I am really happy with that. I've had kind of a rough year so far. I just wanted to stop the bleeding a little bit, so 3rd place feels pretty good, I won't lie.
I imagine it does. Looking forward to some more podium finishes from you.
Thank you, Doug. I hope so too.
All right.
Take care now.
All right, Mark Nelson comes home 3rd. Kyle Holden finishes 2nd. Hey, Kyle, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, what's going on?
Hey, did you have anything left for AJ had you caught him?
I would have, but Eric was moving out of the way to kind of help his teammate out there, so that was really, I didn't get a chance to even get pulled up towards AJ there. But overall, great race. We had a good run. I think it was one of the fastest cars out there tonight, but just couldn't get her done.
You did have one of the fastest cars out there. In fact, I think, I'm double checking, but I think you actually had the fastest lap of the race.
It looks like actually Kevin might have just stolen it away from me. 30 laps in.
Yeah, after that caution, it looks like, no, he ran a 53.63 and you ran a 53.20 was your best.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
So
We were moving.
you were definitely flying around here. Obviously not where you wanted to be, but a 2nd place finish. You can't complain too much about that one.
Yeah, I'll take it, and we'll just see what we can come with next week.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
And AJ Godsey wins again. AJ, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, Doug.
I guarantee you're not drinking milk in Victory Lane tonight, are you?
No, there's no milk over here, Doug. Mostly Mickle.
I kind of figured that. It was definitely an interesting race between you and Garmin there. For most of it, you guys were fairly equal, but it looked like in the long run, you just barely edged him out.
Yeah, I definitely was hoping we got a long green run there towards the end. I felt like him and Kyle are both a little better or about the same on fresh tires, but as the run went on, it seemed like I could close that gap, and it was just so hard to pass.
It definitely was a bit tricky to pass, and your attempts at passing, a couple of times you get the nose in, but it just wasn't enough. They'd managed to pull away on the high side. What did you figure out late in the race that allowed you to get that pass for the win?
Where I was faster than them at was down in the entry, and once we'd get up off the corner, they just have the momentum. So I just timed it up and got David to slide up on entry and was able to square up with him off the corner and race down into the next one.
Well, it definitely worked out. 2nd win of the season, and obviously at the Brickyard, big celebration tonight.
Yeah, it feels good to get one. This is my home track in Indiana, and Eric Stoy, which is my sponsor for my paint scheme, Stoy Boy Design, so it feels good to get one here.
Well, congratulations, man. Obviously, Eric mentioned before the race he wanted an Indiana boy to win it. You got it done. Congrats, buddy.
Thanks, Dougie.
AJ Godsey gets the win at the Brickyard after another great race, and he's going to burn what little tires and fuel he has left. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, Jones BS Racing, 7:30 Eastern. You don't want to miss out on any of that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy birthday to my sweetheart Angie, and y'all have a great night.